Eyes for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatem, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Da is for Deen, Al-Islam, religion with Allah since time began. That is for dhikr, remembering Allah, and rise for the month of Ramadan.
Wakfu! Embracing Wakfu program for oneself or on behalf of the parent is Sadaqah to Jariyah that we afford the dua Jannah bi-iznillah. Key into Wakfu program by bequeathing part of your estate, landed properties and other assets for the sake of Allah. Proceeds or rental fee from this asset shall be judiciously utilized by the tested and trusted Z&S Wakfu Foundation to bring succor to the needy and provision of social amenities and economic empowerment. You can also make a donation of a minimum of 10,000 naira that Z&S Wakfu Foundation will collate to procure assets that are economically viable. No doubt, Wakfu is highly rewarding. Contact Z&S Wakfu Foundation, Suite 12, Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos. Call 080-3538-2911. With Wakfu, your asset will earn you Jannah. Be easy in life. Be a partaker.
Began, that is for dhikr, remembering Allah.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Once again I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Viewers, inshallah we are also proceeding in our discussion on comprehensive understanding of zakat. Last time we looked at the word zakat, what it means. We mentioned that it stands for growth, development, improvement, cleanliness, sanctity, purity. It also stands for living a comfortable life, having a righteous child, and in fact a pillar of Islam. But today we want to look at zakat as a pillar of Islam and the understanding of Muslims of this pillar. If compared among other 5 pillars of Islam in accordance with the Prophet ﷺ that says, Bunya al-Islam ala khamsin, shahada an la ilaha illallah, and to the end of the hadith that Islam is built upon 5 pillars. And Prophet ﷺ enumerated faith, bearing witness that Allah ﷺ is one, bearing witness that he, Muhammad ﷺ, is a prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the observance of salat, and payment of zakat, fasting in the month of Ramadan, and to crown it up with Hajj, the 5th pillar of Islam. So, amidst all, zakat stands to be in the middle. Zakat is the central pillar there. Zakat looks as the backbone. When you have Iman and Salat, and you have on one side, and you have Sawm in the month of Ramadan and Hajj on the other side, then you have zakat in the middle. So that suggests its position among others. But to our dismay, Muslims today, they are manifestly known for observing Salat. And you see in them sign of being faithful in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because a kafir will not go about observing Salat, both in private life and public life. But Muslim faithfuls, you see them doing that. Likewise, the month of Ramadan is more of ceremony. And the observance of Hajj, in fact, you experience it, especially in most of the Muslim countries. You discover that Muslims key into these systems these four systems greater and better than their activism in the observance of zakat. In essence, some scholars do say that even zakat is becoming forgettable among the Muslims. But efforts is on, both past and present, to ensure that zakat comes back to its proper position. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala referred to this group of people in Surah Al-Hajj saying, Alladina makannahum fil ard, aqamu salata, wa atawu zakata, wa amaru bil ma'ruf, wa nahaw anil munkar, wa lillahi aqibatul umur. Those, when we firmly establish them on earth, they become authority. You see them observing salat, established firmly the payment of zakat, and then you see them commanding with what is good and forbidding what is evil. And to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala belongs the end result of all affairs. Walillahi akbatul umur. To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala belongs the end result of all affairs. So Allah promises divinely that the institutions of zakat is coming back again. Uthman bin Affan radiallahu anhu, in accordance with the tafsir of the Holy Quran, especially Ibn Kathir, he noted Uthman bin Affan saying that this verse is referring to us. Who are you? He said, Muslims, especially the forebearers, the predecessors of Islam, the companions of Holy Prophet ﷺ, who migrated with him from Makkah to Medina, and those who helped him, the cause of Allah, in Medina, Al-Muhajirun al-Ansar, As-Sabiqun al-Awwalun, the four first generations of Islam, the Quranic generation of Islam. These people, they were one time minority. Id kuntum qalilan fakatharakumullah. They were one time minority, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant them of becoming authority on earth, highly reckoned with. Makkannahum fil ard. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala institutionalized them, established them firmly, and they became authority. And then he said they now observe salat without any hitch, and then they now pay zakat, and thereby effecting good living in the society. And zakat was paid. It eradicated poverty during the lifetime of Holy Prophet ﷺ, during the lifetime of the two Umars, Umar bin Khattab, the second caliph, and Umar bin Abdul Aziz, the fifth caliph, or that caliph that stands out to be the best among the kings of Umayyad dynasty. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower his blessings upon them. For us to firmly establish zakat on earth, we need to put in place 4 to 5 things. Number one is the comprehensive understanding of dutiable items of zakat. We need to know the dutiable items of zakat. What items can we collect zakat from, and at what rate, and when? And what do we call zakat items? Zakat item could be open and hidden. The open zakats, or the open items of zakat, are the ones that can easily be seen. The physical ones, the cattle, the farm produce, the cattle we mentioned, the camel, the cow, the sheep and goats. So all these can be seen and then can be easily estimated and then evaluated, and zakat can easily be taken from it. When you look at a flock of cattle, for example, of a cow, for example, when they say a flock of cow, you discover that it's either 30 or 40. So it is 1/40. You pick out 1 out of 40, or a 2-year-old going to 3-year from 30, from every 30. So these are the open ones. It could be easily seen. But the hidden items of zakat, they are the cash, the gold. Those who have it may not like to even disclose it to people that this is the amount I'm having. So all these are the zakatable items. Especially I've mentioned the duty, the open and hidden. And we are talking in terms of hidden as being gold, being cash, banknotes, and some merchandise items. All these are hidden zakats, hidden zakat items. Another thing we need to understand, or we need to take note of when we are talking in terms of standardizing and family establishing the collection and distribution of zakat, we need to have, secondly, good administration. Good administration involves majorly two things. One, good selections of zakat workers, or who to be zakat workers. And secondly, the perfect collection and better distribution, or perfect distributions of zakat. You collect accordingly and you distribute perfectly. So this good administration we are talking about, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refers to it in Quran 28 verse 26, Surah Al-Qasas, when he says, Inna khayra man ista'ajarta al-qawiyyu amin. The best to employ, the best you employ in this cause is al-qawiy, the powerful, the energetic, the one that is capable, the one that has the ability to discharge the duty. Al-amin, the trustworthy, the honest, the truthful, that will not betray or disappoint. So these two key qualities, capability, whether in terms of knowledge, in terms of energy, or whatever area, you need to boost the power of the person in charge of zakat collection and distribution is one side. And the other side of it is the inner quality, the behavioral quality of being trustworthy, Al-Amin. And you could remember that Old Prophet ﷺ was given this title, Al-Amin, in Mecca. And that actually qualifies him to reform a society, to evolve an ideal, to develop it and made it ideal one. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala refers to him in Surah 2, Al Imran, Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat linnas. You are indeed better. You are indeed khayra ummah, the best among the community ever evolved for people. So you having a good administration of zakat is either through its capability and through its capability prowess and through its quality behavior of trustworthiness, honesty, and truthful. Inshallah, we will stop here today, and we hope to continue when next we meet. We say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Began, that is for dhikr, remembering Allah.
Every time you feel
He wants to make Nigeria economy better. She hates injustice and wants to stand for those who cannot stand for themselves. He believes Nigeria refineries can work. He wants to make that change. It takes true character to make a better public service. She wants to make a public servant. But it is not enough to dream. We need to turn dreams into reality, and Startwell Schools is the place to start.
One of the missions of Startwell School is to provide qualitative education with a pristine Islamic teaching that meets this ever-dynamic world. And to the glory of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can beat our chest over it that we have produced those who have these qualities.
When somebody finishes in this school, he is an ambassador of Islam. We will have practiced Islam within us. So by the time he gets out, he's used to the way of life. So we just want Muslims that will represent us Islamically in the global world.
Enroll your child today at Startwell Schools, located at 15/19 Karim Street, Agbede Meeting, Asalo Bus Stop, Agric, Ikorodu, Lagos. For more information, please call Startwell Schools. Aspire, acquire, achieve.
Startwell School is the best among equal.
As part of its commitment to make life less difficult for the needy, the Train of Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation visited Ebonyi State to stretch its hand of benevolence to the less privileged in the state.
Today is another wonderful great day in Ebonyi State for the Muslim Ummah and for the entire state. Sometimes this thing we do, people look at it as common. It's not common. It's never common. For our Prince, this is Prince now. This is Prince. So for Prince to leave his palace and then travel around from Imo to Abia, from Abia to Ebonyi, from Ebonyi to Enugu and other places. They are on the road. I know what it means to do that. If they prove this is not a serious program, we don't have there to do that. For me, I came from Abuja. I was in Abuja for the past 3 weeks. But because of this, I said I will not send a message for it because it's so important. Because this is a sort of life-turning program. Some of you take it very, very common. But I know it's not common. Because I know people find it very difficult now to raise 5,000 naira, top less of 10,000 naira, 5,000, even 1,000. Sometimes it's very difficult. So talk when somebody is giving you a product that you have been wishing to buy in your life and you cannot. So it's a very serious program.
Speaking at the event, the executive director of the foundation, Prince Sulaiman Olagunju, went down memory lane on how the journey of the foundation began. He urged beneficiaries to make judicious use of the empowerment tools given to them.
I want to thank the Chairman of Education and our father, Vice President General, Islamic Council Affairs in the state here. It's been a very pleasurable journey since we started in this state. Our Sheikh has done so much well for us. There is no way we will have been able to achieve this much if we don't have people like him on ground that make our coming here to be easy for us. There are many of us that have never seen one another before. This is probably the first. Maybe probably after I've left, maybe this will be the last time we'll be seeing each other again. So they are on ground. They are on ground to ensure that Zakat money is well utilized. Zakat money is the money that Allah has already blessed. This is the money that people, righteous people, those who believe in Allah, those who are worshipping Allah, have taken away from their own wealth and to be shared with their brothers and sisters who are in their need of the wealth. And that is why it's important for us to judiciously use it. It's so important that Allah did not leave the issue of Zakat at the whim and caprices of the donor. This Zakat started year 2000, that's over 21 years in Lagos, with the concept of I must not eat, fill my stomach, and my brother and sisters surrounding me will be living in poverty. Therefore, if I'm going to spend 100 naira, I am going to reserve 5 naira. Can you hear that? If I want to spend 100 naira, I would rather spend 95 naira and reserve how much? 5 naira. But that's my brother and sister. And we now get what we call Kolo, we call it Kolo in Lagos. just a small place where you keep the money so that you'll not be able to take the money. Now we started putting the 5 naira, and at the end of the month, you now put the 5 naira together, you now bring it, you now see who can we use 5 naira that are put together, who can we use to empower. We never even see that we are doing something so important. Then we started giving people that are selling drinks. Drinks then was probably 20 naira, 30 naira. So when you give somebody about 100 or 200,000, you are giving them a lot of money. As Allah will have it, whatever Allah's destiny must come to pass. We are where we are now. On behalf of Zakat Prayer for the year 2022, to Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation, we are presenting this sewing machine to our sister. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless your efforts. We pray you will not sell the machine. You will use the machine to buy other machine. You will use it to buy industrial machine, and you will use it to build your own house.
Empowerment tools such as deep freezers, sewing machines, grinding machines, POS machines, printers, amongst others, were distributed to rekindle the hope of the hopeless.
We are presenting this POS machine to you as a means of empowerment. It's like, look at the POS machine. You know, it's like you are now a staff of the bank, you are a banker. If you make adequate use of it, you will be surprised to see what you get out of it. So that if you neglect it, it will neglect you. But you wish that you will make proper use of it, give it attention, make sure that you don't make mistakes, so that you will not be engaged in paying out of what you did not embezzle. So what you do is you should be very careful, very devoted, and dedicated to the duty. Inshallah, it will empower the entire Muslim Ummah. It will empower you, and it will sustain you and your family.
I'm pleased to present this 3-in-1 color printer to you on behalf of the Zakat payers to Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation this year 2022. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to continue to bless all the payers, to bless you as well, so that in some years to come, you too will also pay the Zakat to the foundation for the benefit of others. Congratulations.
And we pray that inshallah this machine is going to be a source of income and source of livelihood to you and your family and to the entire Ummah in general. And we pray that from this machine to be able to solve some, if not all, your problems, and also be able to contribute for others to also benefit in the future. May Allah make it easy for us and for you, so that it will be of help to everybody.
Inya Khadija, this is for you. By Zakat and Sadaqat Foundation, I was to present it to you, so please.
On behalf of the Zakat, I hand over this to you and say congratulations.
I give this out to our sister. Pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless this for you, to bless your business, just as He has blessed those who donate this to us, and to make you also a Zakat payers, that you probably have done something, people can benefit from your own work like this. So congratulations.
The words on their lips to Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation is that of gratitude.
I'm so excited, so very excited. I don't know that I'll be part of the sharing of this. I pray that Almighty Allah will reward the giver of this, and may it be a blessing to me and to the entire Ummah, inshallah. I thank God for this account and Allah will bless me to do this. I am very happy and very grateful to thank Zakat Foundation. God bless them, give them more money to give others that is not in the hand of not be given.
I pray that Almighty Allah bless the Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation, to bless them and enrich them in food, and also bless us to also come and donate.
May Allah continue to reward them so that they will put more to those that have not benefited. And may Allah give back what they spent to them. Inshallah. May Allah continue to reward them so that may Allah protect and bless them.
The positive impact of Zakat and Sadaqah Foundation on the less privileged in Nigeria cannot be overemphasized, and the formidable team of the foundation is unrelenting in recording more success stories. But the mission to touch lives will be far-reaching, with continuous payment of zakat and donations to the foundation.
Began, that is for dhikr, remembering Allah.
Wakfu! Embracing Wakfu program for oneself or on behalf of the parent is Sadaqah to Jariyah that we afford the dua Jannah bi-iznillah. Key into Wakfu program by bequeathing part of your estate, landed properties and other assets for the sake of Allah. Proceeds or rental fee from this asset shall be judiciously utilized by the tested and trusted Z&S Wakfu Foundation to bring succor to the needy and provision of social amenities and economic empowerment. You can also make a donation of a minimum of 10,000 naira that Z&S Wakfu Foundation will collect to procure assets that are economically viable. No doubt, Wakfu is highly rewarding. Contact Z&S Wakfu Foundation, Suite 12, Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos. Call 080-3538-2911. With Wakfu, your asset will earn you Jannah. Be easy in life. Be a partaker.
Began, that is for dhikr, remembering Allah.